Aloha, Dr. Matt James here, and I wanted to do just a couple of final Facebook videos here while I'm in Italy and I'm just towards the end of my vacation. This is the backside of our house. We just recently renovated. This is supposed to be a pergola. They grow a tree over the top of it that provides shade in the summer and then opens up in the winter time. And we haven't yet gotten to plant the tree, but everything is done and we just had an amazing time here. And I got inspired to talk to you about this buzzword that's going around. All of a sudden, I see so many people on Facebook that have no training in neuro-linguistic programming talking about how to overcome your programming. Like this brand new word all of a sudden that we've been programmed since we were a kid, and how do you overcome your programming? And it's a huge thing that we focus in on. Obviously, neuro-linguistic programming. It was brought together by an individual, two individuals, Richard Bandler and John Grinder. I actually studied with Richard Bandler back in the 80s. And the idea was that you can harness certain things at the deepest level of the unconscious to reprogram yourself, to overcome old programs and create new ones. Now, that's 70s NLP. Let's talk about 21st century NLP. You need to bring in the idea of energy. So the thing that I'm seeing floating around a lot is discussions on your programming and discussions on energy. Now, why energy? This recent post that I saw, it was on Facebook. A recent post talks about science breakthrough. Finally, everything is proven to be energy. It's so cool that over the past 2 decades, science has finally caught up with what all of the ancient cultures knew. That everything boils down to energy. At the deepest level of this building that this camera is on, it's energy. If you go down into quantum, it's energy. Everything boils down to energy. And you might be sitting there like many people going, yeah, so what? So what? But it's still a brick and I need the brick to build a house. Who cares that at the deepest level there's atoms and there's energy? And I've done other videos on what energy is. You can check that out. My point right now is, what do you do with this information? Well, the answer to that is actually pretty simple. In order for you to overcome your deep level programming, you can't just go in with something old like NLP or old like hypnosis. Yeah, they're extremely effective. Some of the most effective techniques to helping people overcome their deeper level programming. And yet, if everything boils down to energy, why doesn't traditional NLP talk about energy? We do. We have been. We've been teaching Huna since the late 80s. Actually, I think we were doing Huna and I was doing meditation even before I did my NLP trainings. Because understanding energy, it helps to put that momentum into shifting your programming. And your programming isn't like a brick. It's not like the bricks over there at the house. Your programming is trapped energy. Think about that for a moment. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? Where's your mind? It's not in your body. Consciousness is non-local. Your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, it's all just energy. And so this programming that everyone's talking about that you can overcome, you can link it to genetics, you can link it to epigenetics, you can link it to stress. But even stress is not tangible. Stress is energy. And so if you don't understand energy, you can't figure out how to reprogram yourself. You can be amazing at communication. You can be incredible at doing hypnotic language patterns. And at the end of the day, all you're doing is using words to go in there and begin to work with the energy. So deeper level understanding of energy is vital to overcoming old programming and beginning to write new programming. So what do you do? What do you do with this information? Well, you got to find some form of teaching that explains energy in a way that you like it. Now, for me, it's Huna. Huna is a modern label for an ancient system of empowerment and flexibility of the mind, body, spirit. 28 generations going back into the Hawaiian culture, passed into my family. My kids take Huna. My son actually has taught at our Huna workshop for a couple of years. And for me, this is more of a family thing. Huna resonates with me. It doesn't resonate with everybody. Maybe you like Reiki, maybe there's prana healing, maybe you like more traditional Indian approaches, like, the yantras, the mantras, the traditional yoga where they talked about energy, not just the movement in a hot room, the actual discussion of energy in each of those poses. You have to find something that resonates with you. If you have a science background, focus in on the idea of quantum physics and the fact that every atom in your body is just a ton of energy. And then you need to learn how to do something to harness that, because the energy pushes through your mind, which is where all of your programming is. The energy pushes through your mind and activates the deeper level programming. Now, your thoughts matter. Everything still matters. Neurotransmitter, your thoughts, your emotions, they all still matter, because as the energy comes through, whether it's from the quantum, from source, it activates the deeper level programming in there at the unconscious level. So you're not aware of it when it happens. This is why you begin to react a certain way to an external experience and wonder, why am I acting like this? Or you think about how you were a week ago and go, that's not me. I want to be different. Can't just read a self-help book. Self-help book is covering the surface level. At the deeper is energy, and then the programming that's trapped energy in the unconscious. Now you take all of these techniques, you bring them together, and you truly can harness the ability to reprogram yourself. My book called Mental and Emotional Release is going to be coming out soon. It's a more cerebral approach. It's a more psychological approach to letting go of negative emotions, anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, anxiety, clinical research, academic research, hundreds of case studies, validating that you can let go of this trapped energy. If you tap into energy, though, just raw energy teaching, and you combine it with a technique that has a track record, a couple of decades now, of helping people overcome baggage, that's a game changer. Absolute game changer. So at the end of the day, yep, I teach NLP. You can find me on NLP.com. Yep, I teach HUNA, HUNA.com. I love hypnosis. We have hypnosis.com. Shocking. I love these modalities, and that's what I love. Find what you love and begin to incorporate energy into the work that you do, because this is where all of the research has gotten to, and that's where it's all going. So I hope this helps to inspire you to bring in a little bit more energy into the work that you do. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Hui ho.